Studios.
And it's time for the Suterman Show on the mighty 1630 KCJJ. Brought to you by Deary Brothers Ford, Hawkeye Title and Settlements, Mike's Lock and E-Keys for cars, Supple's Building and Remodeling, 1-800-800-ROSE, the Midtown Family Restaurants, Hertine and Stocker Jewelers in downtown Iowa City, the Sanctuary Pub, Premier Automotive, the Oxyoke Inn in the Amanas, Streets Maintenance, Wild Rose Casino in Clinton, and Dr. Lance Forbes from Diamond Dental in Cedar Rapids. Dennis to the stars.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Suter is off still this Saturday. Joining us with Pat Harty is Tommy Lang. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. And by the way, I would like to point out that now that we're doing individual shows on YouTube, I'm going to start putting this on YouTube.
Okay.
And I'll tell Steve to do that starting when he gets back next week.
All right.
So we can put this up on YouTube because there's so much just hardcore Hawkeye talk.
Well, we just haven't had the analysis that we usually get.
I know.
On a week like this.
I know.
I can't imagine, that we can only make it in an hour. It'd probably take 3 if we really got down to it.
Really, yeah. So if people want to watch this later, I don't know why. It'll be on the KCJJ YouTube. Yep. 2 corrections, by the way, from our newscast.
Yes.
One of them is not my fault. The softball team won 19-0 yesterday, not 18-0.
Okay.
They had the wrong score on their thing on HawkeyeSports.com. So I know that a lot of people that mattered, that 18 versus 19 was a big deal. And the City West game is at City High.
Okay.
On Friday night. We'll have that game for you here on the mighty 1630 KCJJ.
Do you see anybody freaking out yet?
Not yet. The city will erupt in rivalry soon.
Yeah, I think more people are focused on the game at hand this afternoon.
I would think so.
Yes.
Of course, last night, speaking of high school, City High beat Ames. I know they played that game the night before. That was 49-28. And as we talked about earlier, I do not think we'll see that kind of scoring today.
Probably not.
What do you think, Pat?
I doubt it.
Yes.
Iowa winning 23-20.
23-20?
Mm-hmm.
See, that's higher than I thought it would be. I'm like 17-14 Iowa.
Yeah, I kind of think our defense is going to hold them to maybe 10, and that would be late, a late touchdown to make it 10.
I would like to think so.
Yeah,
but that's why you play the games.
But it's in Ames, and anything can happen. They beat us last year. So
here,
in a terrible game,
just awful
that we had to watch.
And that was an Iowa State team that won 4 games. So yeah. I would not be surprised if Iowa State won it all.
Could be.
Any updates on Cade McNamara this morning?
Why don't we talk to Karn first?
All right, let's do that. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Karn.
I'm predicting that we'll win 28-14.
Okay.
That's higher scoring than I would have thought.
And I saw the softball field, and that is a really neat field. It's all new and it's all carpeted.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet. Oh, that's very cool.
It's really nice.
I have to get out there. They have a few more of those exhibition games this fall.
Yeah, they don't.
Like 3 or 4
next
more.
One's the 22nd.
Yeah, they don't play for another 13 days.
Yeah, that's really weird.
Yeah.
Then they play a whole bunch in a row, and then that's the
end.
And
then I saw the field hockey had no problems with their game.
Yeah,
8-0.
And they put a lot of subs in.
Yeah, well, eventually, the freshman whose name I've got it somewhere here.
Dion Van Alsen.
Yes,
she has 4 goals.
4 goals in the first 3 of the game.
Goals.
She's got 12 now in 5 games.
That's pretty good, isn't it?
It's not bad.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I would say, that's pretty good.
And the defense allowed no shots in the entire game. That's amazing.
That's pretty good.
That's really good.
I mean, they are number 1, and it was Central Michigan.
Corners.
Yeah.
No corners either.
No knock on Central Michigan.
Yeah. But even a terrible team, you think would get 1 shot off somewhere.
I don't know enough about the sport to understand what that means.
Usually there's both teams usually have quite a few corners, but there's all corners where I was.
Yeah, there is a chance Central Michigan is just really terrible.
Or there's a chance Iowa is really good,
or
playing
both.
really good right now.
Well,
Yeah.
I think Iowa's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then they play 11:30 on Sunday.
Yeah, UMass Lowell. I have no idea how good they are, but
Yeah.
I bet they win. Just a thought. Iowa wins.
What's the mole business?
The what?
That's part of them.
UMass
That's
Lowell.
where they're from, Lowell, Massachusetts.
Yeah, Lowell, Massachusetts.
Oh, okay.
It's like Cal Berkeley or something.
Lowell.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And is it supposed to rain on Sunday?
No.
There's a slight possibility in the afternoon.
Oh, okay.
Carn, it's not going to rain.
That must have changed.
And then a better chance overnight and into Monday, but we'll see.
And it won't rain
Well,
Monday
we could celebrate by running around in the rain.
It'll never rain here again.
No. We'll be a desert by this time next year.
Where we're going.
Yeah, we haven't. I've only mowed twice this whole summer.
Yeah. Oh, I've mowed a lot more than that, but I haven't mowed much lately. My grass is brown.
Yeah, it's awful looking.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, take care.
All right,
You too,
Carn.
Karn.
Have a good day.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Good games on that Colorado-Nebraska game's at noon, right? Or is it 11?
11.
It's at 11.
They call it the big noon kickoff because it's Eastern.
Oh, that's right,
Yeah.
Eastern time. And so that's on Fox?
That'll be on Fox. That'll be our lead-in game, basically.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I want to see how much actual time they spend showing the game and showing Dion on the same.
Oh, yeah. Coach Prime.
Coach Prime.
Yeah.
Hello.
Teaching life's lessons.
Yep.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen. This is John.
Hey, John, how are you?
I just wanted to call in about, remind everybody about the open house tomorrow at City High for the new wellness and fitness area, and let's hope the City High score is a harbinger of the score today, that we'll have a win over at Ames. But
That'd be nice.
Oh, God.
tomorrow is that open house.
And what were the hours again, John?
Yeah, there's programs at 1, but it's 12:30. You can come in.
Okay,
So
okay.
Just encourage people to come up. It's from basically 1 to 3. So
Okay,
but come
that's
up at 12:30. Get in. So you'll.
Okay.
I think it'd be well worth it. You'll be impressed with what's happened there.
A lot of
just
upgrades going on over from the gym and now this. Yeah, no, it's really changed.
yeah.
They were
it really
needed,
looks
though.
good.
That old
Yeah.
gym was just too small.
Oh yeah, for sure. Now we have a first-class facility.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Worthy of the
No,
school,
it's really nice.
Well, let's hope for the best today, gentlemen. It's a great day.
Yep.
Weather-wise shouldn't be a problem.
No, it's gonna be
So,
perfect.
yeah, no excuses there, for sure.
Other than maybe losing a pass in the sun or something. There's no
Yeah.
wind. It's going to be
Oh,
perfect.
It'll be
out
too
there.
dry to play, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, too dry. Well, I think I'll go up to Kraken's and get a shake today, too.
Oh,
So,
They're good.
they're outstanding.
God, yeah, no, their ice
All right.
cream is good.
Yeah. All right, guys.
All right,
Have a
John.
great day.
Thanks. I
Yep,
saw
bye-bye.
John at Kraken's a couple weeks ago, and I almost got the ice cream, but we were going across town. I was with my mom. We were bringing it back to eat and watch the what was the game last Thursday? It was a Big Ten game, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
It was a couple Big Ten teams, and so
Wasn't it
we were like,
Minnesota-
"This
it
stuff's
was
good."
Minnesota, Nebraska?
Yeah, Minnesota, Nebraska. That was it. We went back to watch that at Mom and Dad's place,
It was a boring game.
and I was just like, "Well, I don't know if I want to take ice cream across town." You
Well,
know
no,
what I mean?
it was.
Their ice cream's really good.
It was beastly hot that day.
I would like to
remember.
try it though sometime.
I ate there yesterday. I had their patty melt for lunch. I love their patty melts.
I was out on the Ped Mall last night for the Friday night shows, and this guy comes up and he goes, "I was going to bring my food, my little cart closer, but the kids are running around. I don't want to. Can you mention that I'm just down the
food
the
cart
road?"
guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is guy, Little Jimmy's Italian Ices, and so he dropped a couple dollars, donated to the Summer of the Arts, and so before the third group went up, I said, "Hey, if you can help this guy out, I know it's not really ice cream weather, but these are, he's trying to, make a living." So he got enough, so he brought over them to us, and my God, were they good? And I'm not into that. It's not like a snow cone. It was really smooth and delicious. All the different flavors all blended together. It was awesome. Wow. Little Jimmy's Italian Ices. There's his card right there.
Oh, you got his card and everything.
And they do catering too, so pretty cool.
Did we have a call?
We do not.
Okay, I
it
thought
was
I
a,
heard the ring.
it was a recall, and it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You mentioned the ice cream, by the way. I know now it's cool, but back when it was about 100 degrees, I went to visit my mom in the hospital and drove by the Riverside Dairy Queen.
Okay.
Line all the way to the street.
There is nothing better on a hot summer day than one of those Dairy Queen soft serve ice cream cones.
No, and that Dairy Queen gets a lot of good foot traffic, and I'm glad they got that because I know that the construction there has just been killing them. That's still going on, by the way. I just drove to the hospital a couple of days ago for a checkup.
Yeah, they originally said it was supposed to be done on the 3rd.
Before the first home
Before
game.
the first home game. Now we're lucky. Hopefully it'll get done before the 15th.
I would hope so.
Jeez.
But Pat and I were talking the other day. We just went through. I went through downtown up for the first game and didn't have any problems with traffic.
Yeah.
Because I think most people are coming in from the highways and stuff. I just went right down Dodge Street and then or Governor and then down Market and around the IMU and boom.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's great.
I went Riverside and it was fine, even with the lane down, because
Oh,
everyone
wow.
else is going Benton and Benton Street was backed up, like I said yesterday, backed up from Sunset all the way almost to Mormon Trek. I mean, that's hundreds of cars.
Yeah.
But those were all the people that usually come in First Avenue and stuff through Coralville. They don't really know where else to go.
Yeah.
And it was long.
Oh, you're coming in from like Western Iowa or up north, like Cedar Rapids. Yeah, it's pretty much all you can do.
Yeah, there's not a lot of options right now.
If you're coming up on Old 218 and come up from the south on Mormon Trek, you can't do that right now because it's closed. Just north of Deary Ford. So that's that.
I know because I had to go to the.
What are they building across the street from Dairy Queen? Are they building new
apartments?
A huge apartment complex.
Yeah, I don't know if there's going to be commercial on the first floor or not.
So where did all these people live before they built all these apartment complexes? Like within the last 3
I don't know, but
years?
enrollment at the university's down. We had that this week.
But they've built so many new living places. I mean, where were these people living before?
I don't know.
Not more people.
They're not
more
tearing
people
anything
aren't
down that
coming
I'm
here.
aware of.
Nothing's getting torn down, or nobody living in homes anymore.
No, nobody can afford a home anymore. That's if you're 20 years old, you ain't getting out. You're not going to own a home.
Well, especially right now with the interest rates.
Yeah. Well, and maybe they're all jammed into these duplexes and stuff like that, and finally getting enough money where they can live on their own. So.
Well, these places being built now aren't cheap.
No.
I know somebody, they just got a place out right off of Mormon Trek. They're paying $1,600 a month, and it's nothing. It's a 2-bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
But think about that, $1,600 a month.
Jeez.
That's a lot more than my mortgage.
I will say when those things are built, though, that'll be a quick walk to the stadium. That'll be nice.
Yeah.
I actually parked there once for something. My brother had parked there.
I assume it'll be students.
Yeah, I think so.
But where are those students living now? To where are they going to be vacating to move into this big, massive place, along with all the other student quarters that have been built?
I don't know, and apparently
it's just because it's not like they've doubled their enrollment.
No, it's gone down.
I know it's gone down, but the places to live keep going up.
Yeah, and I hear reports, that a lot of these are vacant apartments. So
yeah.
Are you expecting people to move here at some point, like in the next 5 years?
And live in apartments?
Yeah.
Not unless the price goes down. I mean, I know a lot of people.
Happen.
A lot of people commute from some of the smaller areas and come in here, but you can't afford it to live in Iowa City in the first place, let alone one of the new apartments.
Oh, and then you see the apartments they build in like Hills and Tiffin and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And those people, that's more people there too.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, look at Tiffin, for God's sake.
Yeah, Tiffin's the fastest growing city in Iowa.
Yeah. So
look at that. We're breaking down population, traffic patterns, and the game.
Crops.
And the game.
Yep.
So we talked about this a little bit on Hawk Fanatic yesterday about the signing yesterday that I had in front of me a few minutes ago, and now I can't find it. The kid from Cedar Rapids, Kennedy.
He didn't sign.
Nick Brooks. He announced. I'm sorry. It's a verbal commitment. Yeah.
I was reminded by some Iowa fan was like, why are you writing about this? It's not news. It's not news until he signs. Because they're mad. They're still butthurt over Caden Proctor.
Yeah.
He committed and was committed for a year and then ended up going to Alabama. So, yeah, this guy reached out to me and says this is a joke they're even writing. I mean, everybody wrote about it. I mean,
oh, yeah.
They had a YouTube
They
show.
had a press. It's news.
Yeah.
This guy admitted, though, I'm still upset about Proctor. My advice to him is move on. I mean, these are 17, 18-year-old kids. Good grief.
Well, Alabama was the first school that was named as one of the ones that he was thinking of.
Well, Alabama, Georgia, North
Tennessee,
Carolina State, Tennessee, South Carolina.
Florida State.
Yeah, he had it down to 5, Tennessee, Florida State, Georgia, Alabama, and Iowa. But it was obvious. It seemed pretty obvious that he was coming here. He visited. And then a week later, he's committing. And he hadn't really visited the other schools.
No, that's what you said.
So, it looked. But the people that covered a lot closer than me were saying he's coming here.
Yeah.
So now they got to keep him committed. I mean, because now fans are paranoid Alabama's going to throw a big bundle of money in. My guess is Alabama at some point will move on because they're probably after another 4 or 5-star big lineman. I mean, Proctor was the number one recruit in the country for his position. This kid's not quite at that level right now. So
is he like 18th or something like that? Ranked?
It depends on who. I don't know.
24/7 has him as the number 18 prospect in the nation at offensive line.
Yeah, and like 147 overall. I don't know.
Yeah. How do you choose like this? The 5th best quarterback is better than the 6th best offensive lineman.
Take that stuff for what it's worth.
I don't know how you do that.
There's a lot of that's the industry though. There's a lot of ranking, a lot of crystal balls. A lot of predictions. That's what these people do. That's how they make their money, and that's how a lot of people are interested in it. It's a big business. Do you care about recruiting?
Not really.
Do you, Hunter?
No.
And it gives me something to talk about on the news story.
I used to care about it back in my old newspaper days when hardly anyone covered it. When I was younger, I don't now. I mean, I care about it. Yeah, I mean, I pay people to do it.
There are people who are really into it.
You got to have it. I mean, you got to. If you don't cover it, fans are going to be pissed. But oh yeah, there's people that love it.
Yeah, the only thing is, I only pay attention to the drafts, and only because of the Iowa athletes. You know, in the NFL and all those, you know, they get drafted. So what? You know, that's great. You're on a team, but you still got to perform and make the team. You know, in
yeah,
the
I've
fall.
never been a big draft guy. I do it. It's a job.
I don't watch it.
I've never really watched it much.
Yeah,
but I have to cover it because I've been doing it ever since the Press Citizen. Lots of times, though, I didn't have to cover it. Somebody else would cover it. I've just never been that interested in the Major League draft. So drafts have never really done much for me.
My family's a little more. I mean, I wouldn't say the draft, but we talk about Hawkeyes in the NFL when we're got the Sunday ticket.
I like
on.
watching them.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
My dad
I just don't care where they go.
Which game has the most ex-Hawkeyes? He'll ask me, and we'll find
it was
that
fun watching that Detroit game.
Yeah,
the other night with
boy, oh boy.
Laporta and Campbell both playing a big role.
Yeah.
I was going through YouTube trying to find. I was hoping somebody interviewed either of them after the game, and we could maybe use that.
Did they?
No, I couldn't find any. Okay. But I did find a lot of people saying really good things about him.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of talk, especially about Laporta.
Yeah.
5 catches, 39 yards. He had a huge block, what have you. But yeah, it was a fun game to watch. I didn't feel. I'm not going to. Patrick Mahomes doesn't need me to feel sorry for him. But
no.
Man, they dropped a lot of passes.
They did.
I mean, I can think of just 4 or 5 off the top of my head. Just huge drops.
I did like the Iowa fans saying, well, they shouldn't have gotten rid of Amir Smith-Marset. You know, like he's out there like, I don't know.
Well, he had a really good offseason.
Yeah.
He had a good preseason. I think he was second in the league for catches, but it's tough. Now he's with...
But he's not Antonio Brown out there.
He's with Carolina, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah. Did he make their roster?
I think he did,
I think he did. Okay, so...
I saw it at least a couple days ago.
So, yeah, well, maybe they wish they had him because that Kadarius Toney, he had a couple of huge drops, plus the one that led to the pick 6. It was right in his hands, and it just popped out of his hands right into the D-back's hand, and boom, gone. And then, unfortunately, that D-back ended up getting hurt, I think, on the next series, that Brian Branch. But Detroit's going to be a fun team. As a Bears fan, I'm a little concerned. I think they might be better than the Bears now.
They won, 8 of their last 9 last year?
Well, they started 1-6, and they finished. But the Bears, we'll wait and see. If they can finish 500, I'd be happy.
Yeah, years past, it was like, okay, it's the Packers. Who's going to be the second place team? Now it's kind of up for grabs.
I found an old tweet of mine from last January. It said, book at the next Super Bowl, Steelers versus Lions. Because the Steelers won like 7 of their last 8.
They did.
And now they've got a couple of Hawkeyes on there. You got James Daniels, and then you got Desmond King just signed.
Steelers' offense, though, is just...
I think it'll be better. I think the Pickett's going to be a lot better. And Pickens.
Based on what? So,
he got better near the end of last year.
He did a little bit.
And this is his first offseason where he's the starting quarterback going
But a lot of that Steelers fan hope, too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I was kind of disappointed. The Steelers have not been very good the last couple of years.
No, they haven't.
Their offense is just...
No, but they did win 7 of the last 8 last year.
They did, but their offense has just been really average the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, it has.
And I've often thought that Mike Tomlin might go somewhere else, just seems like they need a reboot or something. I don't know.
We'll see.
Because I've always sort of liked the Steelers a little bit, but God, they're boring to watch now. The last couple of years, they've been so boring to watch.
Yeah.
Because Najee Harris for 3 yards. I don't know. And I'm not completely
If
sold.
he's healthy this year, that'll be nice.
I'm not sold on Pickett yet. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what he does.
I'd like to see him with a full offseason and training camp.
And part of my problem with the Steelers is they could never beat the Patriots. I'd get all, okay.
Oh, I know.
I'd be all, okay, are they going to get the Patriots? They just almost always lose to the Patriots when I was cheering for them to win because I got tired of New England winning all the time.
I have news for you. Everybody was losing to the Patriots. Except the Giants.
And the Broncos. I think he was one.
Really?
He struggled against the Broncos. The Giants in the Super Bowl. But it was usually the Steelers and the Patriots playing for something.
Oh, yeah, for a long time.
And it just seemed like it was almost, Roethlisberger did win 2.
And he went to a third. Yeah.
And he did win. So I don't know if they beat New England in those.
I don't think they played New England either of those times.
And there was one time when Brady was out for the year, too.
Yeah.
Remember he hurt his knee.
Yeah.
And what have you. But no, I'd love to see a Steelers-Bears Super Bowl, but God, would that be boring.
Be like watching an Iowa game.
Although Justin Fields is fun to watch. He's not a great quarterback yet, but he is fun to watch because he's so athletic.
Yeah, and
he is so athletic.
Boy, they haven't had that in Chicago for a while. And as a Packer fan, I'm curious as to how the season will play out with Jordan Love. I watched a couple minutes of some of the exhibition games, and the thing that drew me was the running game, which looks like they do have a running game.
Oh, they've got a really. Is it Jones still on their team?
Yeah,
he's good.
Yeah.
The thing that's so funny about the Packers, though, he doesn't have to do much in the playoffs to. I mean, Aaron Rodgers did, other than 1 year, never did anything in the playoffs.
No, because
that's what's so funny about Aaron Rodgers. The GOAT, the greatest. He was terrible in the playoffs.
He and Brett Favre were terrible at sitting out injuries. They would play through the season, and they could win regular season games, but when you're in the playoffs and you're not 100%.
Choke City.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if they. Favre, I'm not sure what. I barely can remember him playing. Isn't that amazing? But Aaron Rodgers, like that game in 2020 during COVID when he lets Brady come up there, Tampa Bay, and beat them with nobody in the stands.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Aaron Rodgers, plus he's a weirdo.
Yeah, there is.
They're the Monday night game.
But no, he's one of the greatest regular season quarterbacks ever, like Peyton Manning. But playoffs, man, he was. Other than the Super Bowl,
he has
run.
one Super Bowl under his
But then
belt.
the other year, it's not like they get to the final. He's got a losing record if you take out that year in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that game against Brady just owned him.
Yeah. So yeah, it'll be, like I said, it'll be fun, and of course the Bears and Packers play tomorrow. Is it the 3:00 game?
Yeah, Steelers and 49ers of the noon game on Fox here, which would be great.
No, it's gonna be fun. Yeah,
this is George Kittle.
I'm looking forward to this week. It's just weird though; those guys are all meeting at Rob's now to get ready to go over to Ames, and I'm not. Like I said, this is the first Iowa State game I will have not either be. I was in the stands for the game in '90. The last game I went to as a fan, I was working at the register at the time, but I wasn't covering the Hawks, of course. And I went to the game. God, I think I may have went to the game with a couple register, maybe even Tom Watoski, if I remember correctly. They had tickets. I remember that was the game Bob Utter. Iowa won 45-35, but Bob Utter just sliced up the Iowa defense. And then 91, I covered it for the Press Citizen, but I wasn't the Hawkeye guy. I was kind of I was doing sidebars and stuff like that. So yeah, since 89 was the last time I will have not been in the stands, or either in the stands or in the press box covering this. It's going to be kind of weird today. Well, and then, of course, the COVID year.
I've only been there twice. Once, I think in '93 it was, because I had to get back. I had a shift at KRNA that night. I had to get back for it. And that was close. And then I went that one year. Justin
You've only
Roberts,
been to two. You're talking about in Ames?
In Ames.
Oh, okay.
And then Justin Roberts and I went to that. We went with a marching band once on their bus. We were invited by Kevin. That was pretty cool. Except that was the year when they told us we weren't properly credentialed, and the security guys ran all the guests off. And we had to stand in that sort of grassy area in the end zone the whole game. Meanwhile, of course, the locker room got robbed.
I remember that.
Wow.
So security was a little busy, harassing the marching band. And then, they got robbed.
It's been a while, though, since I remember it being. What's the high today?
Desmond King hugged me after that game. They came into the crowd afterwards and started hugging people.
Is the high like 80 today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be perfect.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. No complaining about the air-conditioned press box on Twitter.
Well, it's air conditioned.
Or
They've added air.
Oh, they have?
Yeah, I found out.
Oh, I didn't know
that
that.
out like a week ago.
Oh, wow.
Someone let me know that, they have air conditioning there now. Figures the first game I missed, there's no air.
Nice.
Or there's air. But I don't even know I'm sure it'll be on because 80 degrees is still pretty warm.
Well, yeah, and
that game's starting at 2:30 in the
sports
peak
writers packed together like that,
eating all that free food,
Yeah.
sweating and wheezing. You think there'll be any wheezing?
Most of us are quite out of shape. Yeah,
You think there'll be any wheezing?
there'll be some wheezing.
I mean, there's some out of. Not everyone's out of shape.
No,
there's some. Well, no, there's a. I mean,
I'm not naming names.
I mean, if you did the stereotype sports writer, they would probably make him or her, him out of shape.
Yeah.
White.
Well, look at our third row.
Pasty.
Yeah.
Pale.
Me, Brommelkamp.
You just name.
We're
the
not
name.
winning any
You're
competitions.
not naming names, but I'm going to.
But I
name
included my name with it.
names. Okay.
Got a big gulp in front of you.
Yeah.
But it's diet though, right? Diet.
I actually
big
do
gulp,
get
yes.
Mr. Pibb when I'm up there.
I get Diet Coke.
Yeah.
They have Mr. Pibb in the.
They have Mr. Pibb.
Yeah, I don't drink regular pop anymore.
Demands your respect.
Got my streak. It's been almost a year without for just. Diet Pops. It's not like that's Joe Health either.
No,
but it's.
I mean, I did
not get a cookie though.
I'm watching my weight, but I'm risking cancer. Isn't that the thing with Diet Pop?
Yes.
Hey man, I saved 500 calories today, but there's this big lump on my throat. I mean,
Hello.
Back to Aaron Rodgers, if we may.
Sure, why not?
Why not? heard about the UFO sighting he claims he was involved in?
I saw something. I did not read
I
it,
have
though.
not heard that.
Yeah, there's the story right there.
Well, what's the story?
I guess he saw a UFO.
He saw a UFO. That's
I've
the
seen a
story.
UFO.
Isn't he kind of QAnon and all that crap, too? He's just
Yeah.
a conspiracy freak.
Takes a lot of psychedelics and stuff.
Did his own research for COVID.
Only hid in a cave for 4 days.
Yeah.
He's just an
You know,
idiot.
I can see doing that just to, kind of distress if you're, always people are always wanting you for something or another to go away. But do you have to publicize the fact that you did that?
Well, why do you want to? I can see going away and being on your own, but a freaking cave. I mean, what's the point of that?
I don't know.
We know somebody that goes on like a little weekend retreat once a year, just goes out in the woods all by herself.
Well, that's not the same as going and
No,
locking
of course
yourself in a
not.
cave
No,
for
of
4
course
days.
not.
No, and he announces it too. He's like, "I'm going to make my decision if I'm coming back after I get out of the cave."
Yeah,
And there's like reporters waiting outside the cave.
What an egotist, man.
Yeah. I mean, he's with the Jets now. The Jets are pretty good. I mean,
Yeah.
it'll be it. But he is almost 40.
Yep.
And eventually he's going to start showing that. I mean, Brady started showing it a little bit. I think Brady, though, knew it was that he was going to start showing it more and more if he kept going. And he I mean, incredible. He's 45 when he retired.
Yeah, really. His ex-girlfriends, Roger's ex-girlfriends, are all beautiful, but they never say any reasons why they broke up.
Yeah.
I think they
He
just...
did date a lot of celebrities.
Didn't he date the race car driver?
Danica Patrick.
Danica Patrick,
Olivia Munn.
Olivia Munn, I remember that one.
I don't know who that is.
You saw her.
Google her sometime.
Is she an actress?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
He likes brown hair or brunette.
Danica Patrick's pretty good looking.
Yeah.
Especially for a race car driver.
Well, and athletic. You
Yeah.
know, so you got that going.
So
for
Danica Patrick or Cale Yarborough? Who you?
Good reference.
All right.
Kelly Yarborough hasn't raced in like 30 years.
That's just a name I remember from a little kid, and I never
Yeah.
watched auto racing, but I remember the names. I mean,
He will
AJ
not be racing this
AJ
afternoon at 1:30.
AJ Foyt, the Unser brothers, Richard
Andretti's.
Petty, of course,
Yep.
Mario Andretti.
What about Dick Trickle?
I remember Dick Triple. Tim Richmond. Remember, he was a phenom in the mid-'80s, and then he died of AIDS.
Oh.
Yeah, he rose fast.
Bummer.
Yeah, I knew these names, but I don't recall ever watching
No.
much.
Well, I do not believe Cale Yarborough will be racing the Xfinity Series Kansas Lottery 300, 1:30 this afternoon on the mighty 1630.
Yeah, why
KCJJ.
don't you listen to a little bit of that before the game starts this afternoon?
So it's 300 laps or 300 miles.
300 miles.
So I wonder how many laps it is at that track. Probably
It depends
150.
on the. I don't
Aren't
know
they
what
usually
the track is.
like the Indy 500? How many laps is that there? Is it 2?
I think
Is
it's
it
2.5
250?
miles. I think it's.
So 200 laps.
I think.
Have you been there?
No, I've not.
I've not been inside. I've been around it many times. It is massive.
It is massive.
It's one of the biggest things I've ever seen. It
I've
just
only-
goes on forever.
I've only been there once.
You've been inside it?
Yeah.
I mean, I've been and looked inside. I've never been to an event there, but I've been. I've been through the gates and looked, and it's massive.
4th of July, 2015. Rolling Stones.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Have you heard any of the new album yet?
So did they fill the whole thing?
No. I mean, it's,
Doesn't it hold like over 100,000 people?
oh
Yeah.
God, yes. But I was on the field, and it was just amazing to look back at the tower of where all the press is and all the club seats are, and then all just to see of just all this space, man. And I think they got 60,000 people in there, and it didn't look like it was even close to being full.
But if you're coming from 74 to Indy to go to, you drive right by Speedway.
Yeah, yep.
You drive right the way we go into the hotels and stuff for Lucas Oil and all that Big Ten tournaments. That you go right by the Indy track. So I've been by it many times.
They had a country act open for him, and I was not interested. I think it was Big and Rich or something like that. And so I just thought, well, I'd stop in Peoria, have lunch with my kid. And
I'm big and poor.
Yes, me too. Have lunch with my kid, and then take my time getting there. And then I'm halfway from Peoria to Indianapolis, and it dawns on me, holy crap! There's an hour time change. So I got there just as Big and Rich were finishing up, so it was perfect. I got in, found a spot, grabbed a beer, and enjoyed the hell out of the show. It was great.
I've never heard of Big and Rich.
Who was it who played at Bristol? Remember they had a football game there, like Texas A&M and Tennessee or something like that. Or
I think
no,
so.
Virginia Tech and Tennessee I think played there.
Yeah.
I can't remember what that crowd was, but they had a pretty good crowd for that.
The game Kansas beat Illinois. Man, Illinois didn't look very.
Oh,
good
I
at
watched some of
all.
that last night.
Their defense was just shredded. I picked Illinois to win that game. I'm an idiot. I didn't realize it was a Kansas. Well, I did realize it. I just didn't think about it. Kansas looks like they're going to be pretty good. I mean, they were pretty good last year. This Lance Leipold's done a good job, but they look like if they can keep this quarterback healthy, they've got some explosive skill players because Illinois' defense is not horrible. No. They got one of the best defensive linemen in college football, and they were just gashed.
I'd flipped over a few times and watched it for a few minutes, and it just seemed like every time Kansas had the ball, and they were getting yards.
Well, at one point it was 34-7.
Yeah.
Illinois did score 2 touchdowns, sort of made a little run at the end, but it never felt like Kansas was that in much danger. Anytime Kansas needed a 12, 14, 20-yard run, they would get one. But no, Kansas looked impressive. So Brett's got some work to do.
Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen in the Big Ten West.
I don't think it's very good.
No.
I didn't think it was very good coming in.
Way to go out on a limb.
I don't think it was very good coming in, and after one, and now granted it's a small sample size, but wasn't that impressed with Nebraska or Minnesota or Iowa or Illinois, and there's hell there, or Purdue. I mean, Purdue lost to Fresno State.
Yeah.
That's why this year is so imperative for Iowa to take advantage of the circumstance this year because it's going to get a lot harder next year.
There's any year that they can go undefeated, this would be the year.
Well, any year where they can play 5 road games and 4 of them be against teams from bordering states.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to take advantage of that.
Absolutely.
I mean, Penn State's the only road game they go to Wisconsin, they go to Nebraska.
Someone went out of the time zone.
And Illinois. Yeah, I mean, it's just they got really short road trips other than Penn State, so you have to take advantage of this season. And this is a big game, not for conference, but you can't lose this game and then bitch if you go 8-1 in conference play, but then get left out at the end. This is the kind of game that could hurt you if you don't win it.
Absolutely.
And they need to take advantage of this game. They need to, I think they're better than Iowa State's was decimated by the gambling stuff. Oh, did you see Pat Harty? He wrote a story wondering why. And
I saw that.
And, of course, I had a couple of people reach out to me. Yeah, you're afraid to talk about this. We talk about it all the time on the radio.
You talked about it a long time ago.
What we think. I haven't written anything like Pat Harty did as far as just what. But we've talked about it ad nauseum that it was a sting. Yeah. Like he said, it was. I've been told that. And we wonder, too, why it hasn't expanded or morphed into other states. We had Beth on who said it's curious. So it's not like we've ignored this. We've talked about it so much now. At times I think Suter and I have thought, we're kind of beating a dead horse.
Yeah.
But it's amazing.
Well, the national media will pick it up later, as they usually do.
But it's not like it's been ignored here.
No.
I mean, not everything has to be written. You can also express your stuff in,
No, we can't talk about gambling on every show.
No, but we've addressed this. It's very strange that this thing is not.
We're not Bromwell Camp.
That this thing has not expanded. It's just weird.
There are whole shows now with
devoted to gambling.
And odds. Yeah. Hello.
How's it going to pan out? USC, UCLA. Are they going to have they determined already who's going to be Big Ten East and West?
No, they haven't. None of that's.
They haven't even talked about divisions.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't think there's going to be divisions.
No, that's going to be weird.
I think there's going to be quads. I don't know what that, but I don't think there'll be divisions.
To be determined. Okay.
Everything's to be determined. Yep.
You missed your break. See ya.
Sometimes we do the break at the end of the show.
We haven't missed it. I was thinking it was time to do one right now anyway without him prompting him.
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah, I got a break all set up. So why don't we take a quick break and then we'll do a quick wrap up to finish up the hour.
Check out the best source for your Iowa City area high school sports coverage. Go to yourprepsports.com. Hi, this is Pat Harty. City High, West High, Liberty High, Regina, West Branch, Solon, Clear Creek, Amanic. Your Prep Sports has all the boys and girls high school sports you crave. You'll get free, in-depth reporting from dedicated sports journalists on your favorite teams: football, basketball, golf, volleyball, track, softball, and baseball seasons. Profiles, pictures, video, and more. Get in on the action. Go to yourprepsports.com today and spread the word.
The Sanctuary Pub in downtown Iowa City has been a fixture since 1972 and still features a classic menu such as the classic shepherd's pie, handcrafted pizzas, and craft beers and cocktails. The Sanctuary Pub is known for its warm and cozy atmosphere. That's the perfect place to spend time with family and friends while enjoying live music. Support great local food with socially distanced dine-in, carry-out, and delivery through Chomp Delivery. The Sanctuary Pub is located at 405 South Gilbert Street. Full menu options are online at sanctuarypub.com. Come experience the Sanctuary Pub. You won't ever want to leave.
Over the years, car keys have gotten extremely complex. Mike's Lock and E-Keys for Cars can generate the most technically advanced automotive keys on the market today. Mike's Lock and E-Keys for Cars can produce most conventional transponder, sidewinder, and remote-headed keys. If you've lost the keys to your car or simply need a duplicate, call 330-9185. Mike's Lock and E-Keys for Cars has the technology to keep you on the road. Call 330-9185 and schedule an appointment today.
GT Carr, owner of Supple's Building and Remodeling, has been offering unmatched service and quality for over 25 years. The trained professionals at Supple's Building and Remodeling will install and guarantee the products used in any job, no matter how big or small. They also stand behind their work and offer no-nonsense, exceptional customer service from design to completion and beyond. Whether it's a simple window replacement or a major house addition, you'll have the confidence that Supple's Building and Remodeling is committed to quality. Visit Supples.net or call them today at 319-337-2246.
Is replacing that uneven sidewalk or driveway still on your to-do list? Well, don't replace it, raise it. Choose Concrete Polyfix, Eastern Iowa's premier polyurethane concrete raisers. Repair your sunken concrete in just a few hours and start using again that day. Call them at 319-535-2401 for your free estimate. Their top-of-the-line technology and equipment creates minimal mess and extraordinary results. Want fast, easy concrete repair that will last for years to come? Give them a call. Concrete Polyfix, 319-535-2401, or visit them online at concretepolyfix.com.
Dear U of I, just a note to let you know if you're ever thinking about selling Kinnick Stadium or Carver Hawkeye Arena, please consider Hawkeye Title and Settlement. We're here to provide efficient, high-quality real estate title and closing services. Signed, Hawkeye Fan Forever, and send. Hi, this is Steve Anderson with Hawkeye Title and Settlement. Whether it's a large commercial property or if you're buying your first home, remember we're here to help. Hawkeye Title and Settlement Services of Iowa City. You'll love our team just like you love the Hawks.
If you're looking for a new or used car, truck, or SUV, you should know Deary Ford is here for you. To give you the best selection and pricing on new Fords, Deary Ford is here for you. To work with long-term experienced sales and service reps, Deary Ford is here for you. To give you the highest trade values, Deary Ford is here for you. To provide pickup and delivery and mobile service for our customers, Deary Ford is here for you. Hurry in or shop online at DearyFord.com.
It is our culture that creates the increasing diversity, and it is that diversity that also creates our community's attraction. Hi, I'm Mark Ginsburg, and I own MC Ginsburg Objects of Art. What is it that attracts us, our families, and our business to a community? One powerful attraction is our culture. Those things that distinguish us from other places, our people, customs, recreation, and our art. What defines us makes us unique, and what makes our lives exciting and creative. Welcome to the 5th generation of MC Ginsburg, getting closer to the far away. Call us for your appointment at 319-351-1700 and visit us at mcginsburg.com.
1-800-800-ROSE. 1-800-800-ROSE. Your FTD florist is the only number you need to know to send flowers anywhere in the country or Canada from anywhere in the country. 1-800-800-ROSE. It's so easy. Just remember one number. 1-800-800-ROSE. Your FTD florist. 1-800-800-ROSE. Remember,
don't let just anyone take care of your smile. At Diamond Dental, you can expect compassion, expertise, and a personalized care plan to protect your teeth for life. With more than 30 years of combined experience, Dr. Forbes and his staff are prepared to tackle even your toughest dental problems, leaving your smile healthy and sparkling. Diamond Dental offers a full range of general and cosmetic dentistry, as well as dental treatment options for snoring and sleep apnea. It's never too early to start thinking about what's best for your smile. Schedule an appointment today by calling 319-390-3703 or visiting the office at 5815 Consul Street Northeast, Suite D1 in Cedar Rapids. You can also visit DiamondDentalPC.com for more information. Dr. Forbes is a proud sponsor of the Hawkeye Wrestling Club and the Inner Circle. Let the Diamond Dental team provide superior care for your entire family.
Back to the Suterman Show with Pat Harty and Tommy Lang sitting in for Mr. Suter this morning.
Hello.
Hi.
What were we talking about right before the break? Do you remember offhand?
Oh, we were talking about UCLA and USC. Maybe
yeah, okay, that was it. But I had seen something on Twitter, by the way, and this is a good point. The game's on Fox today, and they've got that Colorado and Nebraska game first. You might start watching the Iowa game on like FS2 today.
Yeah, you might.
Or the Fox app.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be over with right at 2:30.
So it's right after the Colorado Saints?
I don't know. I could.
Well,
11
that's at 11. Yeah, 2:30.
Yeah.
It's about you need at least 3.5
But with those
hours.
commercial breaks, Fox does too.
Well,
Those
Fox
are long
games
ones.
oftentimes are 4 hours.
Yeah.
So
just be ready. Just want to let people know ahead of time.
it's going to be a fun day watching 2 days of watching what you hope is good football. That Bears-Packers game, where is it, in Chicago or Green Bay? Do we know?
Oh, I don't know.
Good question.
That will have a Bear. But I don't fear the Packers like I used to. But, God, I would never go out on a limb. Oh, the Bears are going to win. There's no way I would do that. But I'm not. I haven't seen enough of Jordan Love to really. The times I watched him, I was not that impressed. But those were only brief appearances. So we'll see.
You're the Green Bay guy. What do you think, Hunter?
Oh, he's got him, 16-1?
They are already 34-0. They won't lose again until 2024.
Okay.
And then,
are you gonna? If they win Saturday, coming in or Sunday, you coming in with like your face painted and like your shirt off? Packer logo on your chest.
I have never been that kind of Packer fan. It is in Chicago.
Cheesehead.
See, that's a game the Bears need to win. Send a message, get off to a good start, but they probably won't.
There's just such, I don't know what it is, apathy about the Bears, because nobody, thinks that they can do anything.
Well, Bears fans are not apathetic.
No,
they're just realistic, I guess.
Yeah.
There's a lot of. I know a diehard Bears fan. That stadium will be rocking.
Oh yeah.
It'll be
I've
full.
seen fans
it'll
who are
be
kind of
rocking.
optimistic about this year.
But the Bears just have been so average or mediocre so often that it's just kind of hard to get too overly confident.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I love watching Justin Fields play, but I'm still not convinced he's a pocket passer, and so we'll see.
Yep.
Somebody in the chat room asks, what if you're not an app person? Well, I don't know. Say hi to the 1990s for me. How do you not have a phone that has apps on it?
I'm not an app person. Now, I say that, and I've got apps on my phone. Yeah. Some you just need. Twitter's an app.
Yeah.
X.
Yeah, with the dirty stripe through it for some reason.
With Elon now helping the Russians.
Clown.
Yeah.
Did you see the big, fat, loud guy? What's his name? Andrew Jones?
Alex Jones.
Alex Jones.
He had something on where he's just praising Putin and Russia, not hiding it. I guess Tucker Carlson's going to I guess he said that Tucker Carlson's big campaign and narrative now, he's going to be completely pro-Putin and Russia and anti-Ukraine. I don't get that. I don't understand what the end game is there. Why would you admire Putin? I don't get that. I don't care what party you're in.
Because he's not weak like Biden.
Why would you like Russia? Why would you want to be like Russia?
I don't know.
I
don't get it either.
I don't get it. But it seems to be a growing sentiment in the Republican Party is pro-Russia. Is it simply because they know Trump likes Putin?
Yeah,
they're that subservient to Trump?
They want the United States to be an autocracy.
Why, though? That's such a miserable way to live.
Really, it is.
It's just, unless you're one of the people that are...
If you're on the right side.
Side of it. Why would you... have you seen Russia? It's... beautiful countryside, but, whenever you see videos of Russia, they don't have nice suburbs. And
no.
It's just all a bunch of depressed... It's just, I don't get it. I don't get why
it looks like everything was built in the 70s and they just stopped.
And all it is just white people, too.
Yeah.
That would get boring. You imagine just all you have is white people?
Well, there's some people in this country that would love to see that.
I don't get that. You got to have some
I was going to say,
variety.
those are the people who want to help Russia.
You got to have some variety, man. Could you imagine this if it was just all white people?
Well, we live in Iowa.
I know, but we live in Iowa City.
But we do have diversity here.
We got clowns.
Sure. We got clowns.
Have you heard this? We got clowns harassing people.
But Iowa City's a little different. But yeah, I've lived in small town Iowa. No, that can make. I'm not saying it's Russia, but But yeah, I just don't understand the appeal towards Russia. That's my political thing for today.
I've lived in Iowa City, Coralville, and Cedar Rapids. That's it.
I've lived in Iowa City, Coralville, and Florida, and Longboat Key, Florida.
You've lived all over.
Oh, Sheldon, Iowa. Sheldon, Iowa for 4 months.
I just keep moving west on I-80. I grew up in Ottawa, Illinois, and then moved to Davenport to go to school. Lived briefly in Eldridge, and then back to Davenport, and then here I am, Bettendorf, and then here I am in Iowa City. So next stop, Omaha, I guess.
I bet they didn't have the dispensary in Ottawa when you were there. That would have been
no off-track betting either. It was just Ottawa.
There were people complaining because they can't bet in Nebraska. I can't remember who I saw yesterday because they were in Nebraska and they couldn't bet on the game.
Wanted to pick Colorado to cover?
I guess. I don't know.
I don't even know what the spread is.
Everybody's like, just go to Council Bluffs.
It'll be interesting, though. Last week, everybody was doubting Colorado. Now everybody loves them. We'll see how they handle it.
No, they're playing Nebraska. It's easy to love.
Yeah, I mean, but Nebraska's not horrible.
No.
And they almost won at Minnesota. They're not horrible, so we'll see. I think Colorado will win, but stranger things have happened.
Where are they playing that game?
That's a Colorado.
It's
for home opener.
Dion. You think Dion will have anything to say?
Maybe. I liked when he called out that one reporter at the press conference.
God, he's called out like 10.
There was a specific one.
I know. I've seen the video.
And it reminded me, actually, a little bit of Hayden Fry.
Yeah.
Because you were talking about it right before that happened, a couple days before on the Hawk Fanatic segment.
Just a little different delivery style.
Oh, yeah. No, he looks and sounds way different. But the same idea of, I'm going to find something you wrote about us, and I'm going to bring it up, because you know it's going to fire up the players.
Right.
And that's just right out of the Hayden playbook.
Yeah, I mean, and there were a lot of doubters, but that's also Dion's shtick. But now this week they're getting love. Everyone loves Dion, and so we'll see how they handle it.
I'm rooting for him.
I am too. I mean, I think it's a cool story.
Yeah.
Well, my daughter works for Colorado, and that's all anybody's talking about.
Sure.
Especially this week after that big blowout win and everything.
And they've been good before. Bill McCartney.
Oh yeah, they weren't horrible.
They won a national title. They were really good from late '80s to early mid '90s. Then the program had some trouble. There was some discipline stuff during his time, and what have you. Remember the Salanisi, the quarterback? I believe he had a child with Bill McCartney's daughter. Yeah, and all that stuff was going on. Then Anisi died of cancer. So, and then the program kind of fell apart after McCartney. Gary Barnett went there, and I thought he was going to be successful after he rebuilt Northwestern. It just didn't happen. But no, Dion's going to be able to recruit. He's going to be able to recruit.
I think the Big 12 is where they belong, too. I don't think they were a Pac-12 team. I just didn't feel like they fit there.
No, but I still think you should have a Pac-12. I just can't believe that there's not going to be a conference on the Pacific Coast. I don't get that. TV. I get it. I just don't understand. It's just unfortunate.
Do you think there will be a Pac-12 that'll just absorb like Mountain West?
No,
teams?
I think the Mountain West will absorb the Pac.
Okay.
There's not much left of the Pac-12.
No,
you've got Oregon State, Washington State,
and that's it.
I think that's it. I think they'll go to the Mountain West. I think. I don't know for sure, but we'll see. But yeah, this conference. I mean, location means nothing anymore.
Well, and somebody brought it up. Was it yesterday or 2 days or 3 days ago? Somebody brought up, the Rose Bowl. You have that traditional not every year, but they try and keep that Big Ten Pac-12. They can't do that if the Pac-12 is like Boise State.
Oh no, all that stuff.
UNLV.
Everything's going to change. It's going to be so interesting to see what the 24 season looks like, and how they divide the teams up. And some people have asked if I thought they would go a 9-team West Division, 9-team East Division. They could. I don't think that'll happen.
My dad had an interesting idea, but the NCAA would have to allow semifinals for conferences. Have 3 divisions and a wild card would be interesting if you had 18 teams.
18 teams, which is what they have.
Yeah. I mean, it lets you play more of a regular schedule with 5 or 6 teams in divisions.
Yeah.
But you'd have to get the NCAA to say there could be a semifinal, then a final, and that's adding a lot of games.
Well, I thought at one point when I thought they were going to have 16 teams, I thought they may divide it into 4 pods or quads or whatever you want to call them. But 18 is a little
I was worried, too, because I thought that'd be Iowa and Nebraska joining the
USC and UCLA.
Yeah, there'd be a lot of travel issues there.
Kirk would love that.
Yeah. Hello.
Hey, you have any updates on the quarterback, Cade?
There's really nothing to... There's really not much to update. They talked on Tuesday saying that it's just a day-to-day thing. Some days are better than others. I'm sure he feels maybe better on today than he did, but he's not going to be 100%. They've pretty much told us, and then Kirk on the radio show basically was the same way. I mean, this is something they're going to have to deal with. You just hope that he can avoid having to put that injury in any real stressful situations.
Sure. Yeah, I missed the Tuesday updates, so yeah.
But no, they were not. So they were very transparent.
And now we'll know an hour before the game.
Yeah, they said that this is going to be a thing that will linger.
Same as last week, actually.
Is it 1 or 2 hours before the game they have to release that?
2
hours. Okay. So 12:30, you should get up.
That's only if he's not playing.
Oh, okay. They don't have like a.
I believe that they only got to
or-
announce who's not playing 2 hours before the game.
Oh, I thought it
believe
was like an
that's what it
update
is.
on specific.
Well, they
conditions.
did.
Yeah, I think that's right. So,
But didn't they?
if he's not playing, they tell that.
Yes.
Otherwise, they're not going to say anything.
Yeah, and what do they update? Yeah, he's feeling okay, but okay. Then he goes out there and he tries to avoid a rush, and all of a sudden he feels a tick. I mean, this is just one of those things you can't, you just don't know. It's a very fluid situation.
Well, 2 hours before the game, they listed Cade still as questionable.
Okay, so it is like a staggered thing. It's not just
Yeah, it's
out or
only
not.
if he's not going to play.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, I think he'll start, and I mean, I don't know how much. I mean, is he 80%? Is he 90%? I don't know, but they did not hide from the injury on Tuesday. They were somewhat transparent about it, just saying it's there's good days, there's bad days. Some days are better than others. Cade's not like hiding from it. He's not just saying, "Oh, everything's fine, guys. Don't worry about it." He's acknowledging the fact that he has an injury that takes a long time to heal, that you can play through if you do it wisely and approach it the right way. But it's hard to do it wisely when a 280-pound nose guard's chasing you down too. You got to turn your body and spin and whatever. And that's what happened last week. He got it put in a couple tough situations, and when he put a lot of stress on that muscle, you could tell he was hurting.
Yep. They've said who the backup is going to be this
Same
week?
as it was, Deacon Hill.
Okay, so
that hasn't changed.
Labus is not
Labus
ready
is
yet.
back. I mean, but he hasn't been practicing very long, but he is back.
Okay.
So they've got everyone healthy, and Labus knows the game plan, and it's not rocket science.
I'm going to call him Deacon Blue someday this year. I'm going to
I already have. I've done it a couple times. And, I think when he does come in games, they should play that over the loud.
Yeah.
They got a name for the winners in the game.
I'll go even farther back. You call him Deacon Jones.
Don't put that die behind the wheel line though.
No.
Don't do that. There were people debating on Twitter this week if they should just sit McNamara for the Western Michigan game.
I've said that. I've
Okay.
wondered about that too. I mean, I've brought that up. I mean, that's easy to say that because you could just give him a straight week of doing nothing, and then you make the assumption, I think we can beat Western Michigan with our backup quarterback. That I don't know if that's really disrespectful to Western Michigan. It is what it is.
It's a little bit, and I would think it would fire them up a
Yeah,
little bit.
but I mean, fire it up only goes so far.
Yeah.
I mean, Iowa's a better team than Western Michigan.
Yeah.
They shouldn't lose to Western Michigan under almost any circumstance.
Well, maybe let them play the first quarter.
But you could have said that one year against Western Michigan.
three or
But they
four-
weren't
three or
that. They
four
weren't.
scores.
They weren't that. Iowa wasn't good in 2000. They weren't very good when they lost to them. And then that team that lost to them in 2007, that was not a very good team. It went 6-6. And Western Michigan was better in those 2 years, I believe, than they are this year. I just think Iowa could beat them with a backup quarterback. So that's but after that, though, you can't use that. All their games afterwards are tough. I mean,
they're all
Western
games.
Michigan's the only game left on the schedule where Iowa goes in as just a huge, massive favorite.
I've been sent something by Michelle Steele, our friend who used to work up north at a station there. She is on her way to the Iowa State game. And what is this? What is she pointing me here? There's a cow. Oh, no, there's a goat right by the road, just by the interstate, and they're stuck in traffic, and there's like goats just wandering around. And there's people having sex in the median, it looks like.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Or in the ditch right under the University Boulevard, Iowa State sign.
That's Highway 30?
Yeah.
I've been
Thought
stuck.
you'd like these. We are stuck in hideous traffic. A whole drunk bus is heading for the ditch. Oh, there's a whole drunk bus full of people just peeing in the ditch. I've seen that before.
I've seen that many times.
I've done that going to an Iowa State game, that 93 game, and I had to run to catch up to the car because
was the
it
year
was
of the
about
flood.
50 feet ahead before I had gone into the ditch.
I remember that was the year of the flood and traffic roads were shut down that year. There's been a couple of years on Highway 30 we've been stuck there for 45 minutes to an hour. And there were times when people literally just took out card tables and sat there and were eating on the side of the road because the traffic was so backed up.
And even leaving a Bruce Springsteen concert at Hilton, I remember one time KRNA had a chartered bus and some of the basketball coaches and their wives were on it, and we got stuck in traffic on 30, and we weren't back here until like 2 in the morning. It was insane.
But like Rob and those guys, they left here at 9:30, so they'll get over there about noon. Most of those people will already be in there, so hopefully they'll avoid. These are all people just getting there at roughly at the same time so they can start tailgating, partying.
At least it's not an 11 o'clock kickoff. We wouldn't have even done a show.
Yeah, I'm glad this is 2:30. I mean, I like 11 o'clock games, especially when I'm done at 5 o'clock, 5:30.
What time's Western Michigan?
Let's see, I got the schedule right in front of me. Western Michigan 2:30.
Okay.
Penn State 6:30. Nebraska 11. Every other game to be determined. Announced. Television.
Yep.
Are we going to see more Friday games? I know there was a couple Big Ten games
Michigan
last
State's going to be Peacock, right?
For now,
I mean, it hasn't been. It's not officially official.
It's Peacock until it's not.
But it's pretty official.
They
but
can
it's still not
into
official to where Iowa's saying Peacock on here or a time.
I don't know why they wouldn't, because Peacock announced they'd have the game.
Because they said it's not
but it can be moved.
Well, because when I asked, it's not official yet.
Okay.
That's why they're not on there. They can't put it on there unless it's officially official. So there's only the Penn State game is 6:30 CBS. That's just weird seeing no ESPN on there.
Yeah. All right, so we all think that Iowa's going to win today?
I think so.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not really going out on a limb, but like, would you be surprised if they lost?
No.
I really wouldn't either. So, but that could make for a good game.
Don Patterson will be here on Monday to break down everything analytically, and we'll have the Hawk Fanatic segment on Monday. Have a good rest of your weekend, everybody. Thanks for listening. Tom Heath is up next.
Go Hawks!